Let's take a look at your weather headlines as we kick things off on this very cold and still quite blustery Thursday evening. The weekend is looking good. We've got plenty of sunshine. It will be cold and breezy, but we don't have any weather to talk about. Things get a little interesting, however, as we head into the day on Monday. We're going to talk about that coming up in a bit as a storm passes off to the south. And then long term, well, the cold's not going anywhere, even if it is quiet here in the short term. So one would think that probably gives us some more opportunities to see some snow a little bit later on into January. Let's take a look at that weekend forecast. It's a pretty nice looking one. You know, it's January. 33 is not crazy or anything like that. You know, we'd expect temperatures to be in the 30s this time of year. Our average high for today at TF Green is 40. But again, no one's looking at this and saying, wow, that's very out of the ordinary. You know, a little bit on the colder side of average. As, both days almost a carbon copy of each other. It's going to be breezy for tomorrow as well into the weekend, and it looks like next week. So that adds a little bit of a nip to the forecast. It feels more like the 20s at times. So again, as I mentioned off the top, much quieter here after a busy start to 2025 in the weather department. However, what's this? Well, not a zero chance for precipitation on Monday. Right now, we are tracking the beginnings of the system that will come close to southern New England. Here we still have that wind blowing across the Great Lakes. Gave us some lake effect snow. Not very often do you see lake effect snow showers across Lake Ontario getting all the way down to southern New England, but that's what they did. Some rain showers mixed in as well. It's a little bit milder towards the coastline, but for the most part, it was snow showers across the area. Here is what we're tracking. This is the next storm system, and boy, you really can tell that this is a nice little piece of energy here by this comma shape that you see. This is the center of low pressure here. All that moisture blasting into the Pacific Northwest at this hour. Eventually, that storm is going to move across the central U.S. A lot of cold air in the northern side of this one, and you got a lot of moisture coming up. So heavy rain, some thunderstorms down towards areas that were actually ravaged by tornadoes as we headed into 2025. There's also going to be some ice component of this right in the middle. This is going to paralyze parts of the Ohio Valley and eventually the Mid-Atlantic. But what's going on? Let's just zoom things out here a little bit big picture. We've got big pressure influences up in Canada. We've got a strong stalled out low pressure system here over Nova Scotia. And then over here into western and central Canada, you're looking at a strong high pressure system. And both of those are creating a northern flow and will ultimately squash and suppress this storm a little bit further south. So we may get grazed with some very light snow, some flurries on Monday. But right now it doesn't look like the potential is there for much more than that. You want to talk potential? I mean, look at this swath of 6 to 12 inches and even over a foot in the areas of purple here. And these are some big cities. Again, this is going to be an absolute nightmare for these areas that have not seen big snows like this in quite a while. Neither have we, though. You take a look at this. Our last time getting over 3 inches, coming up on a year ago since that, February 13th, 2024. 7 inches or more, you have to go back to the blizzard, January 29th, 2022. And of course, that's when we had over a foot of snow the last time. We haven't seen the big plowable snows over the last couple of winters. We'll see if that changes later in January. 29 tonight, clear and cold here in the capital city. Winds west 10 to 20, gusts still to 30. It'll be less gusty tomorrow, but still breezy. Temperatures ranging between about 36 and 40 degrees for the area. That's the warmest day of the next week. We're right around freezing right on through the weekend and into the start of the week. And then eventually with that storm again passing south, it will yank down some slightly colder air. Notice the overnight temperatures. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday mornings, all waking up. The temperatures between 15 and 20 degrees, but the sunshine is back. Again, breezy at times next week as well.